Welcome to my channel Daily Bulletin News. An Irate Brady catches Tate and Holly sneaking around, and Everett refuses Jada's request. Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. In the morning, Tate, now played by Leo Howard, drinks coffee with Brady in the townhouse living room. Brady asks how his time with his friends went last night. Tate hedges as he says reconnecting was really great. After Holly's physical therapy, Nicole tells her daughter how proud she is of her hard work. Holly wonders if she's proud enough to give her back her phone. Nicole passes and Holly stalks upstairs. In the living room, EJ commiserates with Wai Shin on the phone about the pain of losing a child. They also discuss Stefan being in jail for working with Clyde and the drug ring. He vows to deal with it. At The Spectator, Leo reads Chad his new lady whistleblower horoscope page, as Everett arrives with news for Chad. His sources at the Salem PD told him Stefan is in jail for running drugs for Clyde. Over coffee at the pub, Sloane prepares to leave for a full day of clients. It's her choice, but the bills are piling up. Eric knows, adding that his photography business isn't raking in the money yet. Stephanie stops by their table happy to see they've brought the baby with them. We always do, Sloane deadpans. Stephanie offers to babysit, especially since she misses being around Chad's kids. Jada brings a cardboard box full of her important papers to Rafe's office. She knows she'll find something to prove she's not still married to Bobby Stain. As they dig into it, Jada finds her divorce decree. Rafe quips he's happy not to be sleeping with a married woman. After they eat breakfast, Brady tells Tate how proud he is of the way he handled everything, minus stealing his mother's phone and breaking out of the halfway house. He suggests his son put the past behind him. Tate would love to, but having a phone again lets him see how the kids at school have been talking about him. But he has real friends too, two of whom he wants to go see right now. Brady uneasily sighs as Tate leaves the room to change. Stephanie sits with Sloane and Eric at the pub as she tells them about Everett/Bobby. Stephanie sighs over Jada accusing her of being the other woman and Everett not even remembering being married to her. Eric hopes she can find forgiveness. Sloane hopes so too, because people shouldn't judge unless they've walked in someone else's shoes. She leaves for a client meeting and Stephanie further confides in Eric. Sloane meets with her new client Jada as well as Rafe at the station. She relays that she just saw Stephanie, who seemed sad about the whole thing, but she kept confidentiality. Jada shows her the divorce papers, confident she and Bobby are no longer married. Sloane reports that while that is a divorce decree, the decree that was filed didn't have Bobby's signature, only Jada's. Technically, they are still married. As Jada reels, Sloane tells her all she needs is for Everett to sign the papers. At the paper, Leo gasps upon getting an alert on his phone. He says he has a lead on a story at Saxton's he must check out. Once he's gone, a snarky Everett asks Chad if he can post his story about Stefan, or does Chad want him to cover it up, like the one about the raid on the bistro. Chad knows that was a mistake and tells Everett to write his damn story. Stephanie enters to announce she's staying on as the paper's PR company. However, she wants Chad, not Everett, as her point of contact. Everett gets a call from Jada to meet at the pub right now. In the dim-era living room, EJ tells Nicole that the board wants Stefan to resign immediately as CEO, or they'll invoke the morality clause and kick him out. Nicole wonders if Stefan is responsible for the drugs that put Holly in a coma. All EJ knows is he was trafficking Clyde's drugs to try and save Gabby's life. Brady strides in, demanding a public apology from EJ to Tate. Holly passes through to the French doors to walk around the garden. Holly finds Tate outside the front door. He apologizes for throwing pebbles at her window, but she doesn't have a phone. To rectify that, he gives her a burner phone. She calls him a lifesaver and hugs him. They dread going back to school after spring break, but at least their parents can't keep them apart there. Holly suggests they find each other in between periods, hold hands, and find a private spot at lunch to be together. She kisses him, and they suggest they sneak up to her room. In the dim-era living room, EJ and Brady argue over EJ's handling of the case. Nicole breaks them up and tells EJ they need to set a good example for the kids. EJ agrees and apologizes to Brady for accusing Tate of a crime he didn't commit. The DA's office will issue an appropriate statement as soon as possible. They shake hands. When Nicole and EJ walk Brady to the front door, Holly and Tate slip through the French doors. The adults all return to see them. Brady shouts he doesn't want Tate around Holly. He can't even believe he wants to be around her. Tate announces he forgives her, but Brady says he shouldn't. Nicole agrees they shouldn't hang out for the time being. The teens protest, but Brady declares they aren't allowed to see each other. Leo runs into Eric and Jude in the square. He shows off his new scarf and bags of clothes he just bought on sale. He suggests Eric do some shopping as well, but Eric remarks he and Sloane are budgeting. Later at home, Eric finds a note from the landlord telling Sloane rent is past due. At the paper, Stephanie ponders the Everett situation. Chad suggests she distance herself from him. He's not jealous, he just doesn't want to see her get hurt more than she already has. Upon meeting Jada, Rafe, and Sloane at the pub, Everett is presented with divorce papers to sign. He furiously scribbles his signature as Everett Lynch, but Sloane needs him to sign as Robert Stain. Everett states he's not that man, so that would be forgery. Jada will have to find another way to get her divorce. Stay tuned and subscribe the channel to get such updated talent shows.